Look how amazing this is. I'm on the New Jersey side, that's New York, and this is the George Washington Bridge, the world famous George Washington Bridge. And this thing is huge up close. So I wanted to start and show you what it looks like up here. This is Fort Lee. This is a very historic area. This is the Palisades. It's these cliffs, these sheer cliffs that go all along the Hudson River that look over at New York City. And there's trails, it's great for biking and hiking and getting out in nature and doing some picnicking. So I'm going to take you down there. I'm going to show you that, but I wanted to show you this first. Before Hollywood, where the filmmakers came over from New York to the New Jersey side, and they said it was like another world, and they would film Wild West outdoor scenes here. And it really is. It's such a contrasting difference. I mean, this part of New York it looks like there's a lot of green there, but it's still, I mean, it's New York City. But this was the country. They really considered it the country. Look at this. Fort Lee, before Fort Lee was really Fort Lee, they had hotels and everything so they could camp in the country or vacation in the country. Wow, look at that. Battle for the Hudson, 1776, basically took place right here. Even after events here in 1776, both sides in the American Revolution continued to see the Hudson as a key to victory. British control of this strategically located estuary would effectively divide the rebellious New England colonies from Virginia and the rest of the South. From this very spot in 1779, you might see British vessels transporting loyalist raiders upriver to attack Patriot enclaves at Gloucester. In 1921, a small iron lighthouse was moved from Sandy Hook in New Jersey to Jeffries Hook, right across the river from this spot, to help mariners sail safely past a rocky point jutting into the Hudson. But after the George Washington Bridge opened in 1931, the lighthouse was no longer needed. It was scheduled to be scrapped. What are these, Ospreys? Look at that. Wow. I'm reading this plaque to you and I hear this thunder and I'm like, what is that? And it's two Ospreys flying by. But anyway, I'm reading about this lighthouse. The lighthouse was saved due to a letter-writing campaign inspired by a children's book, The Little Red Lighthouse and the Great Gray Bridge by Hildegard H. Swift and Lynn Ward. It was published in 1942. And there's the lighthouse down there. I'll show you once I get down to the bottom under the bridge, but that's the lighthouse. All right, so I'm going to take you down below and I'm going to show you a little bit of the Palisades. There's some cool old foundations and a lot of history left behind. And I'll show you what it looks like under the bridge because, man, this bridge is massive up close. So before I take you underneath the bridge over here, I just wanted to show you this park. And here's a little tidbit of information. If you've ever seen the movie Big with Tom Hanks, I believe this is where the carnival is, where he first finds Zoltar. In fact, I think Zoltar was pretty much right here, because you can see in the background the George Washington Bridge all lit up. So this is a very pretty area. People come to picnic and hang out. Has great views. New York City across the river here, and this is all the Palisades. The highway is up there somewhere, and then there are these trails that go all through here. So I'm going to use my scooter. I have a scooter in my car, and I'm going to show you that. Oh yeah, look, let me show you this plaque. There's a lot of interesting history here. Oh, look at that. In 2012, a big rock landslide. So yeah, 1893, stone quarries on the Palisades are becoming ever larger. They now use dynamite against the cliffs. Conveyors load the crushed stone onto barges for the production of concrete or as ballasts for railroad beds. 1909, the governors of 2 states formally opened the Palisades Interstate Park to the public. A monster blast 4,000 pounds of exploding dynamite, and then the big column of rock known as Washington's Head rose gracefully in a solid mass and fell crumbling on the slopes, enough rock to keep the 300 workmen busy all summer carting it to the crushers. So there you go, there's some history. All right, I'm on the scooter, cruising. So these roads there's a couple of these roads. They're mostly, I guess they're for cars too, but they're mostly for bikes, people walking. But this one goes right under the bridge. Wait till you see how big this thing is. You know, I'm still pretty far away from it. It's so impressive. Look at this monster getting closer. I don't know if you can hear the sound of the roar of the cars up above. And you can see the lighthouse back under there. Look at this though. So you can see the trails go all the way through here, but I really just wanted to show you the bridge. How amazing this is. So I think this side, and the New Jersey side, the bridge is anchored into the Palisades, into those, it's just solid rock basically. And then the New York side is just solid cement. I think it's the same cement that came from when I did the cement mines video up in New York. I think that's that same type of cement. So I'm going to take you down one of those roads. I'm going to show you a little bit of the Palisades. There's some old mansion foundation thing that I want to look at, and I'll show you some other stuff, things that they built, and show you what the cliffs look like. And I believe there's a waterfall. There's all kinds of stuff. So let's hit it. So there's more of those, that's the cliffs up there. So I'm actually here because I just filmed a video, a true crime video of a murder that happened here, where a husband allegedly pushed his wife off of the cliffs and said she fell. And so that video is either out or coming out soon. So you definitely should check that out. But that's right, this is basically right where that happened. way too steep and bumpy for this. This little trail comes down, and there's some sort of an old foundation or something down here I want to check out. There's no plaque or anything, so I don't know, I'll try to look it up and see if I can find something. But it was a nice place. It wasn't a house, that's for sure. It was definitely some sort of a, you know, a building, you know, maybe a restaurant or something, I don't know, but heck of a view. Look at that. Yeah, wow. Yeah, this is a fancy, I don't know, maybe it was a big mansion. Look at these stairs even. If you like poison ivy, there's plenty of it here. That's some pretty cool art too. What in the world? Look at this. Old knob and tube wiring in here. Oh, I see. So they preserved this. This is all forms. They dumped all the forms here. I think. Strange. Maybe they did patch some areas or something. I really don't know. This could have been a recreation, like a recreational building. Again, I'll look it up when I have time later. This looks like, you know, oh, this was bricked years and years ago. I would say this was like 1920s, 1930s. That's my guess without looking it up. But look at it. They just used the rock that was here. That whole mountain behind you, all those cliffs. That's just what this is. What is this, granite? It's just tons of it. As much as you could ever need. You know, the whole Palisades area is actually very interesting. A lot of interesting history, beautiful architecture, all these walkways and stones, you know, stone stairways. It all came from this rock here. It's just everywhere, all throughout the cliffs that are at least a couple hundred feet. This is pretty beautiful. Flows out to the Hudson River. Actually, I'll show you that. There's a couple roads that go all through this area, so I'm gonna go up one of these roads. I'm gonna just show you what it looks like. There's a couple things I want to check out up that way anyway, but interesting waterway that they built, and this is all picnic area. All right, back at the George Washington Bridge now, and I just wanted to show you, I mentioned it before, the New York side of the George Washington Bridge. Well, that's the lighthouse. You can see just to the right, that red, but you can see the massive concrete structure that anchors that bridge to the earth. Pretty cool. Anyway, it's a little bit of a tour of the Palisades. Beautiful area here. The bridge is awesome. Hope you liked it. See you in the next video.